In the small village of Umuaka, there lived a poor widow named Mama Nena and her only son, Obina. Obina's father had died many years ago, leaving the woman only pain, hunger, and endless struggle. We may be poor, but we must live with dignity.
Their clothes were torn, and their lives were filled with suffering. Every day was a battle. Mama Nena worked hard, carrying firewood to the market, but the money she made was never enough. Many nights, they slept on empty stomachs, and each time hunger returned. Obina's heart grew darker. One evening, Obina returned home with a bag of rice, meat, new clothes, and even shoes. Mama Nena stared at him in shock. Her eyes widened, because she knew such money did not come easily. But Obina did not listen. That very night, he followed bad friends into the forest. With a machete in his hand and hatred in his heart, he robbed his first victim, a poor trader returning from the market. The trader cried bitterly, but Obina did not care. The road of darkness had swallowed him. Days turned into weeks. Robbery became Obina's new job. He robbed travelers. He robbed market women. He robbed even the weak and the old. Soon, fear entered the village like a sickness.
People stopped traveling
Morning,
at night.
the village elders gathered at the village square. The gong was beaten loudly, and the people gathered like bees. Then the chief elder raised his staff and spoke with anger. From that day, Obina's name became a curse. Villagers went to Mama Nena's house, begging her to warn her son. But instead of correcting him, she defended him like a lioness protecting her cub. Her love blinded her, and the wrong love she gave her son became the fuel of his evil. One night, Obina and his gang sat in their forest hideout. They planned their biggest robbery yet. They heard that a rich man would pass through the highway with money and goods. As Obina and his gang attacked the vehicle, they did not know that police officers were hiding nearby. Suddenly, gunshots filled the air. People screamed. The night became chaos. His gang escaped into the darkness, but Obina was shot in the leg. Obina limped into the bush, leaving blood behind him. But blood does not hide. The police followed the trail until they surrounded him. They grabbed him, beat him, and tied his hands like a goat meant for sacrifice. The police dragged Obina through the village. Villagers gathered, shouting and spitting. Children threw stones. Women cursed him, and suddenly, Mama Nena ran out barefoot, but nobody listened. The same village she refused to respect had now judged her son. Obina was taken to court. The judge listened to all his crimes, robbery, violence, terrorizing the community, destroying peace. The judge looked at him with anger and said, Mama Nena screamed and collapsed. Obina was thrown into a dark cell. Day 1. No food. Day 2. No water. Day 3. His strength began to leave him. He sat on the cold floor like a dying animal. On the 4th day, the guards came for him. Obina raised his weak head and whispered. The guards agreed. They brought Mama Nena into the prison yard. Her eyes were red from crying. Her body was weak, but she ran to her son. Obina looked at her. His eyes were filled with pain and anger. He spoke softly. Mama Nena leaned close, expecting her son to say goodbye, but suddenly, Obina opened his mouth and bit her ear. Blood poured down her neck. The guards shouted in shock. Obina pointed at her, crying and shouting. Mama Nena cried, holding her bleeding ear. The guards dragged Obina to the execution ground. The rope was ready. The sky looked dark, as if even heaven refused to watch. Obina stood under the rope. He looked at the sky and whispered. Then he looked at his mother one last time. She was on the ground crying. The executioner covered his face. The rope tightened, and within seconds, Obina was dead. Mama Nena did not die that day, but her soul died. She became a woman who walked around the village like a ghost, with one ear and a heart full of regret. Every night, she cried loudly, and anytime she saw a child misbehaving, she would shout with tears, and that was how Mama Nena became the living example of a painful truth. Wrong love can destroy a child. Moral, my people, hear this and learn wisdom. A mother's love is not only feeding and protecting, a mother's love is also correction, because if you refuse to discipline your child, the world will discipline him with tears and death. Subscribe, share and follow for more.